What's up, jobbers, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jobber Knocker podcast. As always, Nestlemania alongside for the ride is a man that, well, folks, there's just no other way to say it, but we're all the right pregnant. Right, JC?
We got a baby Uso! Where's JBL when you need him?
We got a baby Uso.
Oh, man. Good old days of commentary.
Man. So yeah, there's a baby on the way, apparently. So that's fun. We got a lot to talk about here. We got babies. We got Forbidden Door. We've got regular stuff. We can need, sprinkle in some Triple Mania if you so dare, as well as other things. But man, a lot of wrestling to watch, a lot of wrestling to get through. JC, where do we usually start?
Always in the shine, Nestlemania. And you know what goes in the shine? Babies. We love babies here on the Jobber Knocker. So I'm starting the show with the baby Uso because my favorite thing in wrestling this week was Naomi's switch up on Adam Pearce, who might be the most underrated performer in WWE. Used to hate this man, but he gives me endless joy on Raw because he's just over-the-top reactions. And the Naomi switch up this week was great on him, and her just acting her character all on him was fine because you knew she was going to be emotional with the crowd because how could you not be emotional? But I enjoyed it. There was probably, Raw was just kind of like pretty standard Raw, as we'll get to in the heat with how the show begins and ends like it does every week with fucking Fuckhead as champion. But it's a shame Naomi's reign is ending this way, but I love she had some good lines. What was the line she said? She said, I'm gonna snatch my title back with my baby in my arms. I don't know.
Breastfeeding with my baby in my arms.
Yeah, exactly. So that, and then Becky's tweet was very good as well, saying who gets pregnant as champion or whatever she said. So I enjoyed this whole thing. It's obviously congratulations to her and Big Jim. If you have to relinquish a title, this is the way you want to have to relinquish a title because, kids are cooler.
So I loved everything about this, but there is one giant thing that I did not like. May I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously you've heard trials and tribulations of them trying to have children. So that's like a big thing. Congratulations to them. I loved all that thing. I love the promo with the Pierce bid and like everybody that has my title. Just remember that when I come back to proceed with caution, the crowd was behind her. That was phenomenal. It's like, okay, she's going to be fine when she comes back. She's clearly got to that point where the crowd loves her and they're going to stick with her no matter what she does with this character because it's been on absolute tear since she's done it. But the one thing that I think, and you're going to tell me that I'm crazy anyway, that I couldn't stand was that we needed to have the announcement through Stephanie's podcast. I thought that was the stupidest fucking thing in the world. It felt like they were trying to fucking like push the fucking go to see these podcasts and shit, which is stupid. And you're trying to make Stephanie look like Oprah. She's not fucking Oprah. That's all.
Bro, that's literally what you're supposed to do. That's how you promote.
Maybe she could just have a moment in the ring like she had it.
She had a moment in the fucking ring. But they also, they're a fucking business. They want to push you to all their other endeavors because Stephanie's podcast has sponsors. So the more people who watch, download, click, and listen, the more money they make Nestlemania. So the fact that you have a problem with that means you're just not, you have no idea how to be a capitalist.
I'm not worried about being a capitalist in that particular moment. I'm just saying that maybe, I don't know, just let them have the moment instead of being like. They did have
the moment.
You did not need Stephanie. They did not need to have Stephanie out there.
It's her podcast, bro.
It has nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her.
Podcast. They want to break the news on the podcast. So it was a special edition. And you're fucking insane. And they were releasing the podcast directly after Raw. So they wanted to direct you to go watch it. Good Lord. Have you ever heard of the word promotion?
Yes, I know. Hey, look, Joe. Stephanie has to upstage female wrestlers in the ring and in the booth. There you go.
I don't see how this upstaged them at all. This is about Naomi and Big Jim. If anything, Big Jim upstaged Naomi because he's the one who announced it. And then she buried the women's division so they can all blame Big Jim. So if anything, it was Big Dick Jim's fault.
How do you know he's got a big dick?
Have you seen Naomi?
What does that have to do with anything?
Got a big old butt.
That don't mean much. Some people marry for love, regardless of size.
I mean, part of love is the whole formula.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Please tell me what the formula is, JC.
There's a whole formula, and sex is part of it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you're telling me. I'm just asking. Anyway, I think it made her look like Oprah. I just didn't like it. That's all.
Yeah, you and Joe have this weird thing against Stephanie. You always have. It's
No,
okay. It's okay. I wasn't even thinking about Stephanie or the podcast this entire time. I was just thinking about Naomi and Big Jim.
I just love Joe because he's here to come with his fucking paddle and portable toilet and just stir the shit. I love it. I fucking love it. Love it. Keep going, Joe. No, that was one thing. But anyway, I am curious, JC, when your original thought was, okay, Stephanie Vicaire is kind of just out here in La La Land now. Do they do a fatal four-way? What happened?
I was thinking about trying to make this my hope, but I kind of did it last week as like a bonus hope. But like they said they'll address it next week. But again, my biggest problem with Raw lately is just like Stephanie Vicaire was the hottest thing in wrestling. And then she goes down. She does a thing where she wrestled like 3 times in 48 hours or whatever when she wrestled on the last AAA show. And she was on literal fire. She wins this battle royal to become #1 contender at Evolution. She's been on TV like twice since. It's weird to me. And especially with this announcement, like, I don't know, maybe I missed it sometimes because I had the ads on Netflix. So I don't know, maybe they interviewed her between, but I didn't see any clips. It's just like, why are we just not like putting one of the most hot, like over acts lately, like on TV? It's been weird to me. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they address it because obviously we'll talk about in a little bit about a lot of the women in the Raw division are kind of fighting a lot of the other top women. So I think that Roxanne win was important, but it's like, how do they do this now? Because are they just going to put the belt on Stephanie? Or are they going to find a way to make this little tag team feud they had been setting up for the title? It's interesting because then also you have Becky as your mid-card champion. So it takes another person. So I am curious how they do this, but yeah, it's certainly an opportunity, but I felt like you would want to have at least an interview with Stephanie being like, hey, the person you were supposed to fight in Paris, you're not fighting her in Paris anymore because she's not the champion. Like, you know what I mean? I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really tough. It's difficult because I'm thinking to myself, they didn't parade Stephanie out on Raw, at least last week and this week, I don't think, in any real manner. And it was just like, okay, great. And it felt like we were keeping Rhea away from the championship and Io kind of not whatever. So that like you can't give it back to Io at this point because it's just kind of whatever with whatever's going on there with Rhea and the Kabuki Warriors and stuff. That takes up a crap ton of stuff. I'm just looking at all the women on this roster. I mean, Bayley's doing whatever. Like you said, Becky's in kind of whatever. And it's just.
Yeah, the Bayley thing's weird because that would be someone that I would love, but it's just too new.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lyra's done with the IC title, but it's just like that's baby on
she's
baby.
Cold, yeah.
Well, it just says baby on baby, and it's like it's weird. Like Roxanne, you can mix in, but it's just like, how do we get here? You know, like you could, I guess, if you do a multi-person, you could have Becky at least challenge for it and just not win it, just to add a little like gravitas to it and a little more character. But I don't know, it's in a weird spot, so. I think they purposely just left Stephanie off because they don't know what the fuck they're going to do yet, even though they had a week to figure this out because clearly they knew this news last week. This podcast that you hate so much was recorded last week. They obviously pulled Naomi from TV last week. So they've had plenty of time to come up with opportunities, but they haven't. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with them, but Raw's mostly a steaming pile of shit, and this ain't going to help.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? That it actually feels like a steaming pile of shit because I was going to wear my Monday Night Rerun, but it wasn't really a rerun. It's just Monday Night Bull.
The beginning and the end is a rerun every week. It's just It's the same fucking 6 people every fucking week and every fucking match. And it's the same. I want to blow my brains out. We're not in the heat yet. I'm going to stop.
Okay, well, let's go back at positivity. Well, wrangle us back in.
I did enjoy, I am enjoying the Io stuff with Rhea because it was a nice touch before the match. The Kabuki Warriors apologized. She says, I still don't want your help. But then it obviously was going to be set up dissension after Io actually beats Raquel that Rhea made the save on the beatdown, which immediately I was like, here we go. Now we're going to flip it back. And they have a little confrontation backstage. And Io just kind of freaks out, like a Io fashion because she's Io. That's why we love her. But I'm enjoying this dynamic because it's a nice storyline. I just am worried that what happened with Naomi might kind of mess this storyline up because I kind of like the way this was going, and I like the idea of these teams challenging Charlotte and Alexa too.
I think the funniest thing to me was like, okay, they had a great match in there. Like, let's not think about that. Like that was
they got
wonderful.
Good chemistry, Io and Raquel.
And I will say
some banners in NXT.
And I will say this much: as I was watching this match, there were 2 things. One thing I liked and one thing I didn't like. The one thing, and I know you're going to say it's fine and whatever. But for me, I look at it like she was wrestling like a big woman, and I don't mean like a big woman, but I mean she was wrestling like a bigger person, like she's taller than Io. But this match, she just wrestled like a normal wrestler. She didn't wrestle big. She didn't wrestle. Raquel did not wrestle to her stature. She wrestled like a normal. And I understand based on Io's thing, but like as I'm watching it, I'm like, she's falling down far too much to make this super believable. But I will say on the flip side of that, I think Io has done an incredible job of just everything that she's been given and just knocking it out of the park. Because I was watching it and I was like, I know her hero is Rey Mysterio, but Monday night to me was a real stamp of approval, at least for me as a fan, to go, not just is there something about Io. Io has that intangible that is so good in that you can never count her out. She's believable, and she's definitely somebody that can just pull a victory out of nowhere, much like a Rey Mysterio. And I just thought that's something that she can hang her hat on for the rest of her career as long as she wants to, because the crowd is now into it. They're never giving up on Io. She's got that fighting spirit. So I just think she's done a wonderful job in the situation she's had in the last year.
Yeah, Io's a stud. Absolutely adore her. We all adore her. Anyone who doesn't like Io should be punched in the face.
But the one thing I did want to bring up, which I thought was hilarious, was the backstage segment where they were yelling at each other.
Yeah, she freaks out.
It's like she freaks out, and then like clearly she's not an actress, and then fucking like the way that and again, yes, I understand this is not English, is not the first language or something, but like the funniest part was just like Asuka being like, "You told me to stay away," and it's just like I feel like I'm watching a bad soap opera, and then Io's just like, "Ah!" and then I'm like laughing hysterically through this thing. I'm like, I don't think the result was to laugh at this, but like I'm sitting there like kind of doubling over, thinking to myself, "Man, this is fucking great." I don't know.
Io's just so unique because she's one of those like we love her, but she's also everything she's just hilarious because she's just kind of like crazy like that. So I just thought it was part of the Io experience, and we know with Asuka's always got the jokes going. So
yeah, I don't know. It just is weird. Anything else that you enjoyed?
I'm going to SmackDown. I didn't think SmackDown was very good this week either. I thought this is a pretty fucking shitty week of wrestling, if we're being honest. Then I'm not even including Wednesday yet. That show fucking sucks too, like it does every week.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah. But Mellow Belt Miz beat Fraxium. I thought this match was fun. I don't love Fraxium taking L's, but I'm loving the momentum Mellow Belt Miz have because I just think it's fun. And I just love the dynamic of Mellow's about to pick up the win. Miz tags in, takes it, and it's just like it's the simplest tag team story, but it fucking works. I'll have more on them later, but obviously next week they're booked again against the Machine Guns. So we'll see if they beat another top tag team.
It is interesting because even the backstage thing, it was really funny to see the Machine Guns talking like, I don't know if you know this, but we're the veterans. And then Miz right off the rip was like, I'm like an 11-time tag champion. Shut the fuck up. And I was like, I forgot all about that. Good job, Michael.
They're also so small.
Yeah. Oh,
we know the Miz is a big guy, but against wrestlers, he looks smaller. But in this, like, because Melo's not very big, him and Aldis looks fucking gargantuan compared to these three.
It was a land of misfits. I was looking at it going, what the fuck is going on here? And I mean, like, I love the guns, whatever, but like, come on. Like, even one of these things is not like the other, for sure. Yeah. And whatever. It is what it is. But it's fun. It's definitely fun. But I don't know. It's interesting to me to see what happens going into the tag team division in general, because I just feel like we've talked about this ad nauseum. Not axiom, nauseum. But like they gotta shift this thing around quickly.
We'll get into that later. I got no more shine. I don't know if you do.
Really? You got no more shine?
I told you. This is a fucking shitty week of wrestling. Like, yeah. I'll save it for the heat. But you got anything?
I'm just trying to go through very quickly. You've kind of reached on a lot of the... I am... Well, it's not necessarily a negative. It's more of a positive for me, which I thought was good, was just like the lurking of the Wyatts. I was like, at least it's intriguing.
Yeah.
But it's not anything that I'm like, oh, super duper excited about, because where do you go with it? Because they're just kind of like all over the place, and they're, who are they going to go against next? Whatever. But I thought that was a little bit of a nicer thing, because I don't want to see them wrestle. I'm just not interested in them wrestling.
They're the champs, so I hate to tell you.
But I feel like the lurking is way more in their wheelhouse than it is like the wrestling. So I was like, okay, like I can get behind this stuff, because if I have to watch fucking Dexter Lumis and you know, Joe Gacy wrestle, it's like
I love watching Joe Gacy wrestle.
I like Joe Gacy an awful lot as well, but it's the Dexter Lumis wrestling thing that I just can't do.
I don't like this gimmick in general. I liked it as like I like it as a special like thing, but them being involved with the titles, you know how we feel about it. Just
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we didn't necessarily grasp. But since you didn't say it, I don't know. Maybe I should just leave it
Well, if
out.
you like something, you can bring it up, and I'll tell you if I thought it sucked or if I just nothing did.
No, I mean, I think we can probably get into the heat if you like. Get him off my TV. Get him off my TV. Get him off my TV.
Can we just get into the start and end of Raw?
Yep, go for it.
Like a broken record every fucking week. How did the show start this week, Nestlemania?
With the Vision.
Yeah, with fucking. At least Heyman started talking, but we get like the intros. I'm looking and they're just like talking. I'm like, I want to fall asleep as I'm watching it this morning. It's not because I was hungover. It's because it fucking sucked. But it's just like he introduces everyone. And I'm like, oh my God, we're fucking 8 minutes into the show. I'm not getting these 8 minutes back. And then fucking, of course, we know one of the three is going to interrupt. Out comes Jey Uso. Then Seth starts talking. And I was just like, fuck, man. This is just, I just can't. And it's like, oh, main event, whatever. And like the street fight, I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued. And the street fight was fun to end the show. Like, I'm never going to complain about a street fight, with especially involving Braun Breaker. That's fun. But it's just like, these shows are just so fucking predictable. Because, of course, out comes LA Knight, out comes CM Punk. And it's like, oh my God, it's the same fucking 6 guys who have been touching each other's fucking butts for fucking like 6 months. And there's another guy in here who's also been involved when he decides to show up for Roman Reigns. Yeah, great to have him back, but it's just like it's the same fucking people every week. Same start of the show, same end of the show. I said last week, Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed, that doesn't do much for me. And look, I like Bronson Reed, but it's just like there are levels, and like I can buy a young guy who I see as a future main eventer and Braun Breaker challenging a Roman Reigns. But Bronson Reed, again, a guy I like. I don't think he's ever going to be anywhere near on Roman Reigns' level. So it's just like, whatever. It'll be a fun match because they're both big. And it's obviously like Bronson's probably super excited about it. I'm happy. Again, I'm happy for him. I think the Shua Fallout thing's funny. It just like, I just can't do this every week, man. Like it's just so tough. And it's like, it's not going to change. And it's the same fucking people. It's the same fucking people.
So my thought was, based on the way that Raw ended, I was thinking, well, they're clearly doing Braun Breaker and Roman Reigns at some point.
Yeah, and I'm all for that. That makes sense to me. I can
Right.
buy that. Like spear versus spear. Braun's had one up on him the whole way. So I get you feed him Bronson first to let him get something before maybe he takes an L against Braun. Probably not, but.
I mean, my thought was like maybe they'll just forget about Bronson Reed for now and just go right to the Braun Breaker. But I don't know.
Bronson in Paris. That's what they announced at the end of the show. It's
Did they?
Roman.
Okay.
Yeah, because Roman said, "See you in Paris," and then Cole was all over it. So my guess is, I mean, assuming Seth still has that title, it feels like Roman and Seth at WrestleMania potentially for the title. Unless if they do the CM Punk route there too, but it feels like Roman and Seth. Like it feels like that could be WrestleMania the last 3 years and it hasn't happened. So that just means that okay, Roman's here for the Bronson here in Paris. Maybe they're involved in a multi-man match. God forbid all these same guys at fucking War Games. But it's like maybe Roman faces Braun somewhere else in between. And then his match after that is Seth. But it's just like, that means we're in this fucking vortex till fucking April. And when we get to Roman Seth, I'll be a little more excited. But it's just like, holy fuck. I don't know if I can do this. Like, Raw, like, I don't know. It's gotten tough the last couple weeks since this has happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard because people think, for me, this is the biggest problem I have. People can sit and can critique wrestling as much as they want to. And then there are, the people that work inside the business that are just like, you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's true too. There's both sides of the fence. But the one thing that really bothers me is if the majority of people feel this way as a fan, then we're right. Because
entertainment is in your name. If I'm not entertained, then you can't tell me. You know what I mean? It's like you can't tell me I'm wrong. It's like, no, I'm telling you I'm not entertained. Maybe some people are, but in this case, it doesn't feel like it. But like, I'm telling you, you're not entertaining me, and I am bored. It is called the World Wrestling Entertainment. So it's just like it's one of those like, but it's predictable. Like we knew this was going to happen, and I've tried, but it's so hard. I think what I need to do is do what I do with AEW. I do not watch the majority of Dynamite main events because they're usually a stupid fucking match that means nothing, and they run 15 minutes over, and there's always bullshit. I might just have to start doing that with Raw. Main event comes on, turn it off. I don't want to have to do that. That's extreme, but maybe it'll save me from this misery.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just fast forward to the end.
I mean, that's pretty much what I
to the
did.
so
I watched some chunks of the street fight because, again, I enjoyed it. It's fun, but I just knew what was coming, and it kind of took me out of it.
I did laugh when he kind of like shooed Roman Reigns away and then ran around and got speared. I thought that was a nice touch, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It is also funny to me that like Heyman in his promo at the beginning of the night was like talking about all the ECW guys because they're in Philly, and he says, you know, New Jack, the only real gangsta ever in WWE or ever in wrestling. And then Jey Uso comes out dressed like New Jack with the fucking shopping cart, and I was like, get it. He's a wannabe gangster. Got it. Okay, great. It's just stuff like that, like little things like that bother me. But overall, like you said, this is all over the goddamn place. So it is difficult as a fan to enjoy it. I'm sure there are people that are just entertained to be entertained and happy, but I think people like us that are conditioned to watch it every week, we're not excited about it at all. So it hurts our brains, it hurts our hearts, hurts our soul because we're just waiting for something better to come along.
Yeah. Monday Night Rerun. We're back, baby.
We're back.
tpublic.com/Jobberknocker.
Yeah. Anything else that you thought was super duper bad? Just because
there are definitely things in it. Sorry, I accidentally opened something on my phone. Okay. What else didn't I like this week? Oh well, I can go. I mentioned Wednesday, so I'll just go there. So I've enjoyed the MJF Heyman stuff a lot because it's just like I love the fact of MJF being like he has this title going over it. I like their interactions. I think they've always had good chemistry. They're like two of the OGs from AEW where it was like good guy, bad guy. Like they're two believable top stars. They're homegrown. They're incredible characters and wrestlers, and just their dynamic is good. There was one thing that I didn't want them to do that would ruin this. And that was to have MJF blow his contract immediately against Heyman in his first one. Because like now we're going into Forbidden Door on Sunday. We'll predict the end of the show. But this is like Heyman's first title defense, I believe. And it's against MJF. I want MJF to beat him, but he's not going to do it in his first one. But now the perfect type of guy to have a contract no longer has a contract for the second straight time. This is why I have a problem with it even more. Who had the contract last time, Nestlemania?
Christian.
Another perfect guy to have the contract. And what happened there?
They made him fumble it, really.
He fucking ate a pin in a Moxley Edge match. Cope, whatever the fuck his name is. So it's just like you have two perfect guys for these contracts. And you blew them both. And like, who knows? Maybe MJF will just beat him on Sunday. Maybe this whole Hurt Business is a ruse. I don't think it is. I think Bobby Lashley actually hates him because Bobby's kind of a bitch with this kind of stuff. He always has been. He has a huge ego. I love Bobby, but he's disagrees with a lot of people and he's very opinionated, which whatever. Everyone has a right to be. But yeah, I'm not loving this. They took the one thing in AEW that I've really been enjoying and they fucking ruined it before my eyes. And now I'm like, also, the show's called Forbidden Door. And the headliner has nothing to do with the Forbidden Door, which I find fucking hilarious. It's the most AEW matchup ever. It's just like this literally, it's become a WWE, like the old school WWE pay-per-views, which had the name that had nothing to do with what we saw on the card, like the theme. It's just like, oh, this is the one we put in June. So whatever. It feels like AEW has done this with Forbidden Door this year. It's like, oh, we scheduled it for this. But we didn't really book anything creatively here. So we're just going to throw it with a bunch of random matches that might have Forbidden Doors. But like all our regular matches, like, yeah, it's Tony Storm and Athena. That's not a Forbidden Door either. Like, it's like all your top matches have nothing to do with the Forbidden Door. So once again, AEW, you fucking suck. Tony Khan, you're a moron.
I would even go a step further, and this is to go with the Worlds Collide shit too. I don't think we live in a world anymore where the Forbidden Door matters or like this, like, one's best versus the other's best pay-per-view style thing works. I don't buy into it. I don't get excited over it anymore because I think we've had enough of a cachet. We've had enough of those experiences back and forth, whether it is a Forbidden Door or Worlds Collide or anything in between. I don't think anybody cares anymore. I don't think anybody wants to see it. And that doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Joe. You say you get Zack Sabre Jr. I'm going to tell you Zack Sabre Jr. does not matter.
He's fighting a commentator. That's how much he matters.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Like, he just doesn't matter. He's in New Japan. He's probably doing great work that nobody's watching. But he's not.
There's a reason, and maybe he has some personal reasons too. I like Zack Sabre. I think he's good. But there ain't much of a personality there. It's the reason why he's not in WWE or why he isn't full-time in AEW. Just saying.
I've never been
good technical wrestler, but not much sizzle. Just kind of a flat steak.
Not even a flank. Just flat.
Yeah, I don't want to hate on Zack Sabre Jr. because I think he's really good and he's very like what he does is like the best in the world. But
Joseph, I love Conway more than most people, but the fact that Conway watches New Japan Pro Wrestling and God bless him, that's his cross to bear. But the man also wants to have a King of the Mountain match, so that's where I draw the line. So I'm just saying right now, I love Conway. We've had this conversation multiple times in public. You want the King of the Death match, the King of the Mountain match, whatever, where you take a title and put it back up where it is on a ladder? No. Like, to me, that is like, no. Nobody should do that ever. So him and I have different opinions about wrestling. And honestly, Zack Sabre Jr. is a great technical wrestler, but he's not the full package, and he never will be.
I agree. Conway is right about one thing, though, in particular. Julia. Team Conway in that one, baby. Hashtag Nestle doesn't know.
He's gonna no, you know what's gonna happen now? He's gonna be like, you guys keep talking about me. I need to be on the podcast. I need to be able to talk about this shit. So
yeah. Hey, well, we like talking about our people, But yeah, that's what else kind of heat you have, Nestlemania?
Oh boy, let me see if I can go through some.
You have more AEW heat, or do we go back to WWE?
Well, the other thing, the one thing, while you're in AEW land, the one thing I thought was really funny was the line that was like, "Seabiscuit won, you dumbass." Like, I just thought that was such a great line. But the hardest part for me,
that was funny,
is like any fucking time that they're doing Forbidden Door, it's just like fucking carte blanche to do these nonsensical, out of nowhere fucking multi-person matches. And I'm just like, well, I already watched AEW in like a half an hour in general. But then there's like, okay, the promos are good. Those are 2 minutes. I can watch that. Character development's pretty funny. But like, the moments are good sometimes. Like the Cope and Edge thing was great. Or sorry, the Cope and Cage thing was great. But like, I'm just not interested in anything that happens there. And then like, as I'm watching it, I think to myself, does anybody really care about New Japan Pro Wrestling anymore? I don't think so.
Doesn't. So here's the thing. There's 9 announced matches, Nestlemania. How many of them do you think have a Forbidden Door element as part of it?
3.
It's 4. But like it's barely, because they put Tanahashi in this lights out steel cage match with 9 other AEW guys.
Wasn't Gabe Kidd in there though?
But he's part of fucking Moxley's faction.
Yeah, but he's technically New Japan.
Yeah, he's probably signed AEW at this point. The Mercedes match was set up as one. It's AEW, CMLL, and then Stardom. So that's set up. Fletcher's taking on Takahashi. There's one. And then you have Sabre and McGuinness. But it's like Heyman MGF, Storm Athena, Hurt Syndicate versus either FTR or Brodito, Okada Swerve. So it's just like it's such a half-ass job. It's literally, this is like when WWE used to have Hell in a Cell, and then they just make a random match Hell in a Cell because on the thing it's like, oh, it's October. We have a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell. So just like I don't know. They've really screwed the pooch on this one.
Fair enough. I don't really want to talk more about AEW until we get to the end. Fuck them. All right. Anyway, moving on. Sami Zayn to SmackDown, because that's a whole fucking thing. Because here's my problem with this entire thing, JC. Do you remember a while back where Sami Zayn was like, "I need to be the world champion. I need to be doing this. This is my destiny."
What I said last week,
right? And then they fucking shipped him. Like, do you remember when Paul Heyman was like, "Hey, I've made it available for you to go to SmackDown and challenge Cody Rhodes for the world title"? He said no.
Yeah.
And now there he is, magically sprinkled into Friday nights, and I couldn't give less of a fuck. Like, what are we doing here? Like, obviously, Sammy's going to have good matches, but as a character, I'm just thinking to myself, why? Now you're in the vortex again. Like, what are we, like, what
they broke my 2 rules. I said Sammy going for a mid-card title last week, bad. And I said Solo fighting fucking bloodline people. That's all he fucking does. Can we get a breather? I know, like, we're probably leading to Mello at some point, but it's like, there's other dudes on the roster that Solo can wrestle. Like, Solo's great. You can give him literally any babyface and it'll be entertaining. Literally. The dude is fucking hilarious. But it's just like Sami Zayn, world title. No. Go fight the U.S. title. Fuck off. Like, I want to say that they are going to assassinate Sami Zayn's character. They can't. Sami Zayn's fucking bulletproof. No matter what they do to him, he'll be fine. Honestly, the more they fuck him up, the more over he'd get. But look, and I love Solo. I love the MFTs. But like you said, I just don't. The Sami Zayn thing is like, why? Why are we doing it? And God forbid if he fucking wins. But here's the other problem with Sami Zayn being the bloodline thing. Jacob and Jimmy are still stuck in this fucking vortex too. It's just like Jacob needs to get away from these motherfuckers. I should move Jacob to Raw. I would love to see Jacob challenge Seth Rollins. That would be something different. Something fucking different. That would be nice from fucking LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns. Like, at least it would be something different. And like Jacob and Roman like staring at each other, that might interest me a little too. That's what they should do. Get Jacob over to fucking Raw. Let's do some trades. We already did Sami Zayn LA Knight, it seems like, but let's trade Jacob Fatu for someone. Come on. Maybe for like the Viking Raiders, have them go in a tag team division since Raw has like one tag team. I don't know. Something, anything. Triple H, fucking listen, please, for the love of God. You haven't been on your best game lately, bro. I'm trying to help you.
Our boy Dummy Fed's in the chat saying they are the new clique, the Bloodline. So, they are working with each other. So I can't dispute that. All right, I'm going to do some Dr. Cox-ish fast, heats.
Oh, quick heats, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this fight, so go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, Piper versus Bliss. Bliss wins. We can't build anybody? Fuck you. Who gives a shit? How does this help anybody in any situation, especially if they're going after the tag titles? Great, wonderful. Then we have Tiffy and Jade backstage yelling at each other. Nia Jackson inserts herself back in the picture. What the fuck are we doing? I don't want to watch this and no one else does, and I like Nia. Moving on, we've got other things here that I just don't really even... We have Kiana trying to recruit Tiffany, like I said, but then the background was fucking Nikki lurking. What are we doing? Michin, who gives a shit?
We've got random people. What do Kiana and Tiffy have in common?
Yeah, inflatables. We know. Moving on.
The inflatable faction.
Yes, of course. Well, that seems like a prerequisite. Moving on, we got the fucking Street Profits hyping a matchup that doesn't fucking matter against the Street Profits winning a fucking match that doesn't fucking matter. And you just keep going on. Then we've got fucking R-Truth having a fucking, hey, how we doing? And then, of course, Aleister Black with the big old glasses comes in. There's Mr. Killings. Sure, we're just going to have him flip-flop back and forth because that seems like a useless way to do anything. Fantastic. And, of course, it ends with a 6-man tag on SmackDown that nobody gives a shit about. As we discussed, Bloodline Vortex continues. Okay, moving on to Raw. And stop me at any time you want to talk about anything, JC, because I can keep going if you want. Are we ready? Okay, we have a fucking slap fight backstage with fucking LA Knight and CM Punk, where LA Knight shows once again that he's in a pissing contest with someone he cannot talk to back and forth, and he stumbles, so fuck him. He should just, I don't know. No, just stop. You're just not there. You're never going to be there. It's stupid, and stop it. We have a great match with Xavier and Penta, really good match, making something out of nothing, but who cares because it didn't go anywhere, it doesn't need anything, and it doesn't lead to anything, so fuck them. Goodbye. Moving on, we've got fucking Mr. Iguana showing up for God knows what fucking reason.
Because he's hilarious.
He's hilarious. What a shitty fucking wrestler, but god damn it, is it fucking fun. Whew. Okay, then we've got Natty who fucking taps the fuck out because that's a fucking thing. Great job there. Rusev fighting again with Sheamus Fine in a fucking Donnybrook match. Fuck you. Donnybrook matches are stupid. Just say it's a street fight.
I agree, but it's gonna be they're on pay-per-view. So
I know, but I hate the name Donnybrook. And that's the other part was like fucking no, fuck you. That was because Pierce was like, it's a fucking Donnybrook match, and I was just
Pierce is the best part of Raw right now.
Like watching him fucking just convulse is like the greatest thing.
He just overacts, but in the best way. It's so good. That's why I've always appreciated him because he's willing to make a fool of himself.
And finally, a main event that nobody cared about. Moving on, that's my heats. We good?
Yeah, let's get hopeful.
Glorious!
I'll let you catch your breath. I'll do my hope. I teased it earlier. It's Melo Don't Miss. This is pretty simple. It's WWE Nestlemania. We know they hate real tag teams, but they love mashed up together tag teams. So before we break up this fun little thing, let them beat the Wyatt Six. It would be Miz's ultimate revenge to pin Dexter Lumis, as they brought up, because obviously the Wyatt Six went off for him, but he also had that lawn thing with Dexter Lumis stealing his money and all that shit or whatever they did when he was that whole weird ass storyline. So it would be cool. It would give Melo some gold, and then it would just get the titles off the Wyatt Six, which is the ultimate hope of mine. So yeah, pretty simple. Let's fucking go all in on this. Let's slow play it because they're enjoyable together. They have a lot of fun together. I think this is the best thing for Melo to elevate him to that next level, to get the audience more familiar that this is a guy that should be on TV every week as he works his way up. So yeah, hashtag JC knows. Hashtag JC's hopes come true. Melo Don't Miss, new tag team champs with this great tag team division. Give it to the non-tag team, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a hope inside of a hope inside of a hope because I just want to do things really quickly. As I was watching on Monday, I kept thinking to myself, there are 3 things that I need to happen if I was booking WWE. So thank God Triple H doesn't see this, because if he did, he'd be going, what the fuck is this kid on? First off, you have Vikingo come in and fucking beat up Dom. That's a whole fucking other kettle of fish, because we can talk about Dom not winning and AJ beating him up in the middle of the fucking main event, which was stupid. Who's the baby face? My question. But anyway, Vikingo is there on Raw. You know what they could be doing here? They could be putting Vikingo in with the Raw Raiders so we could have the Vikings all together and get a real Viking experience against the Judgment Day. That'd be fun. Number one. Then we got to have Vikingo versus Finn Balor one-on-one because that match is going to be fucking amazing. If we ever get Vikingo versus Finn Balor, that right there is pay-per-view quality. That could be fun. Maybe even, I don't know, someday just on a pay-per-view. And then, of course, my final favorite here, which happened kind of, they were teasing it on, Triple Mania, which honestly would be fun as well. I think Finn Balor versus Mr. Iguana, because honestly, the fucking puppets were hilarious, as well as the fact that I bet Finn Balor can drag a good match out of this guy who's clearly over his head and has no fucking clue what he's doing. He's just painting his fucking face and has a puppet shoved up his hand. And that's pretty much what I'm hoping for. Thank you very much. That's my hope. Nestle doesn't know anything. I'm just pulling shit out of thin air. The end.
You take some speed before this podcast?
No, I'm fucking tired as shit, man.
I feel you. For very different reasons. Comeback? I'm going back to AW for it, Nestlemania.
Sure.
Because there was one thing I enjoyed on that stupid fucking show. And it's because this man, again, I appreciate people who are willing to make asses of themselves. That's why we like Chelsea Green. That's why I just put over Adam Pearce. It's why I'm about to get my comeback to Stokely Hathaway. When FTR turned heel, I like the idea of them having something. Stokely kind of teeters on almost too goofy sometimes, but I do enjoy him. I think he's funny, but it's worked for the most part for me. Them booking him in a match against Cope is a ridiculous premise. It's something WWE would do, but it's something that works. But the reason why I'm giving it to him is what he did at the beginning of that match, powering up and going in, trying to hit, I think it was a spear or something. I appreciate that because he just it was funny and it was enjoyable. It made something that is really a stupid premise, but when someone goes all into something, I appreciate it. So I wanted to give him my comeback and point it out because they're rushing the Cope Christian thing way too much. I still obviously pop for it when it happened because I'm just a sucker for Christian and that tag team. But Stokely has been doing some good work with FTR. So I appreciate his match with Cope and him going all in on it. So he gets my comeback.
Is it weird that it was kind of adjacent to Cope?
You know what? Cope played his part fine too. It worked. It was the one thing on that show last week that worked.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. From one foreigner to another, I'm giving my comeback to one Rebecca Quinn, otherwise known as Becky Lynch, because as I was watching...
Not Nikki Bella? She came back this week.
That's great. She can look, but I will not touch. I'm not interested in her and anything she does. Anyway, look. I'm sure somewhere there's a woken Adam Bertsky that is going to
Bertsky is threatening to kill you right now, probably.
Yeah, well, he's until he arises from his ashes into this chat, I got nothing.
Well, he might be looking and touching as we speak, so.
Well, probably why he's chafing. Anyway, listen, I'm going to give it to Rebecca Quinn as, like I said, Becky Lynch, because as I was watching that promo, JC, I finally figured it out for me. In the ring, when she's cutting a promo against somebody else in the ring, she's not very good in terms of kind of making it selling the thing. When she was backstage with just the interviewer, which I think was Jackie Redmond, she did a fantastic job building up Natalya for a match that had no business being any good. And I thought to myself, this is her wheelhouse. This is what she's good at. She's good at it when she's not insulting somebody. She's good at it in the ring when she's doing whatever she has to do. But the minute she has to tear somebody down, she goes too far, too fast, too hard in the paint. And so all I kept thinking to myself is, keep doing this. She's a heel. Keep doing this backstage. She's done a tremendous job. She can speak very well, clearly. I'm interested in see where this goes with it, because my biggest heat was, apparently you won big there. My biggest heat of the whole thing, which we didn't talk about, was you have poor Natalya go to AAA and dress like a fucking badass and be taken seriously as a fucking real competitor. And then on Monday night, you put her in glitter and fucking boots and random shit, and you don't have her look and presented the same way that she looked like on Bloodsport as well as AAA Mexico. It makes no fucking sense. Give us that Natty. It might actually be pretty good for her career. It might be good for us as fans to watch something, to actually not be like, oh, here comes Natty. Be like, oh, here comes Natty. That's all you have to do. Maybe we'll get something out of it with Becky Lynch. I don't know. I'm hoping that something happens here because Becky needs people. I mean, because Nikki Bella is not winning that Intercontinental title.
No, she's gonna lose, which would be fine. But yeah, no, I completely agree with the Natty thing. It's like she found a way to present herself differently. Someone who's gonna be a Hall of Famer, someone that literally every woman on the roster loves because she literally trains everyone. She is one of the nicest humans they have there. She goes out of her way to help people. So it's like every now and then, like, yeah, we've always like kind of poked fun at like Natty over the years and be boring, but like you present her in a different way, it'd be cool to see Natty win the Intercontinental title. You know what I mean? Like if they gave her a real like the character thing, and I kind of like the her and Max scene thing is fine. I think it's just it's good because it's like who else would you want to put Maxine with? Like if she's ever gonna have a chance to be successful, you want to fucking put her with Natty. So it's just like but yeah, it was weird because it was like just like the typical Natalya we always see in WWE. It's like felt like they had an opportunity where they could, you know, like you said, like at Bloodsport, where she looked like a badass, or in Mexico, where she looked like a badass. But again, Triple H striking out a lot lately, which is another reason why HBK, even though he needs surgeries and all these other things, best broker alive.
Joe's comment, the click is burying hearts yet again. I don't know about that, but look, it is what it is. I will say this much. It bothers me to no end to think to myself, why would you own AAA and present Natty in that form and not expect people to go, why is this so different over here? Like, I don't understand. At what point?
It was very Vince McMahonian of them because he used to do that all the time. You'd see someone one way in NXT and he'd be like, yeah, that doesn't matter.
Maybe they think that way, but I think it's stupid personally. Like synergy and I hate the word synergy, but at least what's the word when you're
synergy is a word that could be used for that.
I don't know.
It's an epic word that could be used.
Thanks. You know how
do you
much
like epic synergy?
I do not like epic synergy. I think anybody that uses the word epic and it's not about the fucking Odyssey should be just taken out back and slapped around for a while. That's all. Pet peeve.
At least there's synergy in that pet peeve you have.
That's fair. That's fine. I'm just saying. That's all. So, anything else, or would you want to get to the end here?
Big old finish. Next week on SmackDown, we have the Motor City Machine Guns versus Mellow Miz. Aleister Black, after R-Truth and Ron Killings came knocking on his door, they have a match. John Cena returns, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Logan Paul will also return. These are foreign shows, by the way, so we should have the hot crowds. I think.
Also starting like really early, by the way.
Yeah, Raw.
Well, at least for Raw.
3 o'clock on Monday. So this will probably be the best Raw in a while. On Raw, we have Ripley versus Roxanne. I'll be seated for that one. And then we have Kofi versus Penta as he finishes off the New Day Trio series of matches.
I'll be interested to see all those things. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not really like super excited. Like I'm not on the edge of my seat of anything. So I feel like we're in this real bad lull.
Yeah, no, really bad. Like I said, look at it. We're 44 minutes in. We're almost done the podcast. That's how fucking shitty this week of wrestling was. It was dog shit. And we have one more dog shit thing to talk about, Nestlemania. It is Forbidden Door predictions. There are currently 9 matches booked. And yeah, let's get into it because we have a lights out steel cage match. The Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Will Ospreay take on the Death Riders, which are Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and Gabe Kidd. This was thrown together so fast because I think they realized, like, oh shit, we have pay-per-view next week. We're like, they like started the recruiting and like final process. Like it felt like it was just like off TV. It just happened. It's like, yeah, all these guys are wrestling. Ah! That's like this whole fucking card. But I mean, I guess I'm taking. I feel like the good guy's got to win, but it also feels like Moxley needs to win.
Yeah, but think about everybody else in Moxley's crew.
They're all jobbers, so give me the good guys.
Right, that's what I would say. I'm gonna pick the Bruvs.
Yeah, fighting Ospreys. Next up, this one's hard to predict, but it's a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, will defend against the Eliminator Tournament winners, which is FTR and Brodito. We kind of talked about this before the show, and I think I agree. FTR should win these titles, so I'm going to pick FTR. Obviously, if they're not in the match, I might have to change my prediction. But assuming they win on Wednesday, I'll pick FTR to become the new champs as they prepare for the Copa Dope and Christian.
I would think I don't. Is it believable that FTR can beat Hurt Syndicate though?
So here's why, like, what I would do. because they've kind of had MJF and the Hurt Syndicate not do anything together. So either you bring them back in a surprise and they help him win the title, or you have him align with FTR and take out the Hurt Syndicate. The problem is it's messy because then you got Christian and Edge, and it's like kind of lurking, unless you slow play it, which they're clearly not. But I would have MJF cost them their tag titles and help FTR. They've been in a faction together before. That's what I would do. They're not going to do that, but look at FTR is the best tag team in the world. They can beat the Hurt Syndicate.
Okay. You sold me on FTR then, because if it's Brodito, my goodness.
Yeah, I'll be picking the Hurt Syndicate if it's Brodito, just FYI. Singles match for the AEW Unified Championship. That's what we're calling it now?
Yep.
So it makes it sound like it's a world title. I fucking hate this company so much. I want them to be so much better, but they fucking suck. Okada defends against Swerve. Okada's going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I would be shocked if Swerve won, because
I love Swerve. I would
Swerve
love
doesn't need it, though. I feel like Swerve has gotten to this is a weird.
Not this title. This is a shitty title.
I feel here's the thing. I feel like Swerve has gotten to a point. I don't know how quickly he did this. It feels like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve has gotten to a point where I feel like he's got the Teflon on him, where like he can do pretty much anything. He can lose and win, and it doesn't really make a difference. He's just Swerve. So like I don't really see the need for it, because I feel like the man's pretty much bulletproof.
I don't disagree. I love Swerve. He is someone that I think we talked about either last week or the week before, or sometime recently, maybe it was the podcast that never happened, is that he is a guy that, just like in AEW, he is a top, without a doubt, upper echelon guy. He really is. I don't know if he would be in WWE, but like he has been here. He's one of, I think, the best parts of the show. He is just so over. He is just so good, and he is one of the big positives in that company. Yeah, he doesn't need to win. So far we are in alignment.
Sorry,
next up, singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. This is Athena's Casino Gauntlet Championship contract match. So look it. No surprises with the Casino Gauntlets. They both are announced to fight on this pay-per-view. So you might as well have just made those matches #1 contender matches, because here we are, Tony, you stupid fuck. Can't even fucking book things differently. Like, he's so stupid. He's so stupid. Does it end here for Timeless Tony Storm, Nestlemania against Athena?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, so she'll have beaten everyone. This is it. This is the last real challenger for her. The only person who could beat her is now in NXT. With the best theme song in wrestling right now.
Here's the thing. I love Athena. I just don't know if it matters at this point.
So I've always, you know me, I was Ember Moon. I fucking loved. I thought she was so good. I thought she never got the credit she deserved. Her one of the best finishers of all time. Best fucking outside dive of anyone in the company. But here's the problem with Athena and Ember Moon. She's still not fucking good at talking. It's not believable. Like, she comes off like she's this heel, and I buy it until she opens her mouth. And then she loses me. And it's not really her fault. It's just how she is. I mean, we saw her on the talk show with her and CM Punk and Christian. Like, yeah. I love that. I thought she was great on there. I love that combo. I mean, it was 3 of my favorites, so of course. But it's I don't know. There was something like leading up to this feud. I was excited for this feud, and I wanted Athena to win. But every time she fucking talks, she loses me. So I'm going to pick Toni Storm as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's a shame. 4-way match for the AEW TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné and her 80,000 belts defends against Alex Windsor, who is representing AEW, Persephone, who is representing CMLL, and TBD, who is representing Stardom. Give me Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes doesn't doesn't lose back-to-back. So, I mean, this woman...
She's lost to one match, so
yeah. No, not fucking happening. I'm sure it'll be fun, but we won't remember this shit at all.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who's from Stardom, because that's where a lot of like these super successful women have come from, is Stardom. So I'm curious to see who the next representative is, and the next one that AEW or WWE will steal. Singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. I could not give a fuck about this match. Kyle Fletcher defends against Hiromu Takahashi. Give me Fletcher.
Yeah, I don't think Fletcher's losing anytime soon. He just got it, so Fletcher for the block and the win.
Next up, I didn't think I could care less about a match until I saw this match. Singles match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. An announcer is about to fight for the World Heavyweight Championship. Ready for this? Zack Sabre Jr. defends his title against Nigel McGuinness, who was with Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia not wrestling, but the announcer, Nigel McGuinness. I want to fucking cut my eyes out, eat them, throw them up, and flush them down the toilet. Besides watching this match. This match is stupid. Give me Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, I mean, Zach, if it's for the title, you might as well just write it off. If it was an exhibition, sure. But why the fuck do I care about any of this shit?
This is going to be such a virgin jerk-off match, too. Oh, my God. I can already see it.
I mean, like, oh, my God, did you see those wrist locks? Did you see those figure fours? Did you see the walnut credenzas? You know, like shit like that. Like, what the fuck are we watching? Great. I love technical wrestling just as much as the next person. But as the older I get, folks, I get less and less interested in the fucking grapevine that you can put on somebody. And I'm more excited to see, can you make an emotional connection to me? Can you make me do something when I'm sitting at home watching a TV screen? Zack Sabre Jr., you know what he makes me want to do? Move my bowels.
Have him fight someone cool at least, not a fucking announcer. I can't. Rather have him fight Taz. At least that would make sense. Or Hook. What's Hook doing? Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hook. I might kind of care about that. Whatever. We have 2 more matches. Tag team match. The Cope Dope teams up with Christian Cage, take on Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne, who are about to get fucking buried. Give me the old men.
Yeah, I mean, they're just there to really get the ring rust off the tag team. I mean, that's pretty much it is.
I love Kip Sabian, but do you buy Nick Wayne?
No, fuck no.
No, I don't either.
No.
Christian was the one thing saving him, and they fucking pulled the rug out, and now it's just like, now I'm supposed to believe him as the leader of this fucking faction? No.
I think here's the thing. They're all trying to make him look like a big deal, which I do appreciate.
I mean, he's like 20, right? Like he's so
baby. Young.
So he's got so much time, but it's just like, I don't know.
You're giving somebody too much too soon who's not ready for it. As I'm watching him talk, I think to myself, and I flub all the time, but I'm not on fucking camera every week, for millions of people. I just think to myself, the guy stumbles every single week. He makes nonsense every week. Everybody's staring at his mom. Like, what are we doing?
He is perfect for Ring of Honor. I think he's a Ring of Honor champion. Like, that's where he should be. Let him fucking cut his chops there. You can have him pop up here every now and then. But now that he's not with Christian, this should be the last I think we see him for a little while, because I think it just do more damage. But whatever. Next up, Nestlemania. We have 1 match left. It is the main event, I'm assuming. Singles match for the AEW World Championship. This is MJF's Casino Gauntlet Championship contract match, because we can't have nice things. Heyman versus MJF. Give me Heyman. I hate it. I hate it so much. It makes me fucking sad. I hope they fucking surprise me. I really do.
I'm like trying to think in my head, what could they possibly do to make this end so quickly after he just beat Moxley in like a
Her
monument?
Syndicate helped MJF win. It was all a ruse. That'd be a great swerve, but they're not going to do it because I fucking believe that Bobby Lashley actually doesn't like MJF. So it'd be a really good swerve.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with Hangman as well, but like you really, I mean, you would think MJF is the person that eventually takes it off of him, which is what the contract would have been for.
But
they don't know what to do with MJF afterwards, do they?
Tony Khan doesn't know how to long-term book.
Also, can I ask a random question? Why isn't, if this is Forbidden Door, why isn't he fighting Mystico for like the seven? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. That's my point. It's just like there is such an easy fucking way not to do this match here. But they probably like, we can't fill an arena with fucking all Forbidden. There's a reason why all their top stars are fighting, for the most part, their other top stars. Because they're looking at this and like, we can't fill an arena with this shitty fucking card. With people that like only like 5% of the wrestling audience knows. Even their audience. So it's just like, I think that's what it comes down to, is they got to sell tickets. We need MJF and Heyman to headline. Sad. We need Cope and Christian to reunite and fucking fast track this, because we're not selling fucking tickets to this shitty fucking pay-per-view. That's what it has to be. There's no other good explanation, because if not, you're just fucking terrible at booking, which
I don't know.
This has been a very negative episode. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is my side of the street. How you feeling? How you doing?
Well, there's just way too much AEW, and it's only because they have a pay-per-view and WWE was bad this week.
Yeah, I'm throwing my iPad over there. I agree with you 100%.
Can I just talk about Blake Monroe?
Go ahead.
I love Blake Monroe. That's what it is. I love her entrance. I love the theme song. I love her gimmick. I love her aura. Give her everything. Give her the fucking world.
Okay.
Yeah. I love NXT. I'm going to go watch it. I'm excited. Well, once Dana White series is over.
It's almost over.
I'm 3-0. Now, this is my one underdog pick. He's starting off okay. And the main event guy will probably win. So we're looking for a clean sweep tonight. And also, I get to watch Lola Vice wrestle against Jada Parker and Kalani Jordan for the number one contender match.
Yeah. Okay, then. How about express mailing some of these women from NXT up to the top of the roster, huh?
There are a lot of women in NXT who are ready to be called up. But the problem is they just called up Vaquer, Julia, Kiana just returned. They call up someone else recently too. I mean, Roxanne's been up since the beginning of the year. But it's just like and they can't even fucking do. They gave Julia a title and she barely does anything. And then Vaquer is just, they just don't do it. It's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Me neither.
Should we just bring back Lana? Her husband's already working there. Bring her back. Have her fight for a title. Liv getting hurt really fucked everything up.
It really did.
Because she's really so fucking good. She would be she's the perfect hole filler for everything. And she would have made Nikki Bella actually interesting. Like, I was down for that feud. They did a good job with it. And this Bailey gimmick is going to be good, but it's like they can't rush it. They got to let it breathe now, so they can't throw her in.
We're in a weird place.
Yeah, hopefully they figure it out by Monday. I am curious to see how they do it because it's got to be some sort of match at Paris, you would think.
There's no French people, are there? That's on the roster.
Give it to me. Give me the knockout. He knocked him down. Oh, fucker, finish him. Oh yeah, I'm getting my finish here. There's no way this guy's fucking on wobbly legs. Come on, keep punching, you idiot. Yeah, there we go. He's literally just clobbered him in the head. But
JC as a corner man would be fantastic.
Oh yeah. Oh dude,
he'd be sitting there.
Guy, he's done. 4-0, bitch. Cash it. Underdog. Boom.
Hopefully you make a lot of money. I hope you make a lot of money on this.
I hit a big MLB parlay last night. Hopefully I'm getting hot again because it's been a very mediocre year. So looking to get hot, baby, right before football season.
Well, there you go. No way to
better.
A lot
of bills to play too. It's JC summers are always expensive, and with everything else in the world being expensive, I'm pretty poor right now. So let's get rich off gambling.
There you go. That's one way to do it. On that note, thank you for listening and watching the Jobber Knocker podcast. We'll be back next week with some more Jobber Knockery.
Yeet.